Yo, welcome, N.Y.C League of Champions. Yeah. Again, I know it's the off season, and I'm gonna try to put this in two parts. Said hopefully I can find some time to look at it and pay attention. But just to let I'm doing these videos to let you know that the draft is in another couple of weeks. It's actually April 26th. In the keeper leagues, this is something to watch or at least pay attention to because you never know. You could get somebody that's going to end up being a star. Like example, me, I got Doug Martin, and I'm betting none of y'all knew about him. But you know what? 1,451 yards, 11 touchdowns later, he's a star on my team. So, like I said, maybe I should start paying attention to the draft so y'all can be well prepared for our draft. All right. I need y'all to check out the 2013 version of our site. I tried to hook it up as best as possible. I actually like it. I want y'all to check it out. You know what I mean? I updated all the records and everything else so we could be ready for September. Um, I know y'all can normally customize your helmets, but the way I hooked it up on the league, like, please do not touch the helmets. Leave it the way it is. I think it looks perfect. Uh, what else? Again, the season starts in September, so probably by late July, probably beginning of August, I'll be putting up a couple polls so that we can decide when and where we're gonna have to draft at. You know what I mean? So hopefully, just look out for it, especially at the end of July. And dues are due at the draft. I don't want to hear anything. All right, so football dues are due. $30. It's not that hard to get, man. Yeah, I know y'all all work, so I don't want to hear nothing. All right, so I'm gonna do a breakdown of each team. Just want to let you know I'm gonna do this in two parts so that they won't, YouTube won't try to play me. So, all right, I hope y'all paying attention to it. All right. First team I'm gonna do. I did it from the way my computer was, so it was my team. Mr. Smooth, quarterback position. Peyton Manning, Matt Ryan's position is kind of strong. Running backs is Maurice Jones, Doug Martin, Ray Rice. I definitely need a bench because you never know. Just like Maurice Jones, somebody got injured, and I was kind of struggling on who to start. On wide receiver, Dez Bryant, AJ Green. I got the rookie Justin Blackman, and I got the agent Steve Smith. So I definitely might need to pick up a wide receiver in the draft. As in tight end, Vernon Davis, and I'm definitely gonna have to get a decent bench player. So because you know how Vernon Davis did in a couple of weeks. So and as in kicker, thank you, Jason Hanson. You retired, so now I have to focus on two of my picks going to kickers. So yeah, I'm gonna move on to the next one. All right, Team Dynasty. Just to let you know before I end this, I'm trying to do 5 teams, and then the next video I'm gonna do the next 5 teams, and also add a couple of other stuff in the second video. All right, Team Dynasty, RG3, and the new quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals, Carson Palmer. Got a couple of injury-bound quarterbacks looking either way, so you might want to look for a quarterback in the draft. I mean, it's up to you. As in running backs, you got McCoy, McFadden, you got Richardson, so your position is kind of strong. You may need some depth, it's just in case any of them get injured. You don't want to get caught. You don't want to end up getting stuck. All right, wide receiver, you have Crabtree, Julio Jones, Percy Harvin, who's now in Seattle, Mike Williams. So pretty much you don't have a real problem right there. Tight ends, probably got one of the best squads, Gronkowski and Grissom. But there's just been reports that Gronkowski might not play or may be injured in the beginning of the season. So you got to be careful with that. You may probably try to grab another tight end. You never know. As in your kickers, you have Phil Dawson. He's 38 years old. He's with the 49ers now. He's 38 years old. So just be careful with the age. You may need help there. You got a pretty tough team. I'll give you that, man. So the way your team look now, I still don't understand how you got bumped out in the first round. Hopefully you do better next year. All right, extreme domination. Quarterbacks: Cutler, Schaub, and Vic. Probably got the 3 strongest quarterbacks in the whole league. So it's a good squad. As of your running backs, you got basically 2 backups and you got two people with no teams right now and a half starter, so you may need a lot of help in the draft. I advise you to start looking at the running backs. You never know. As in wide receivers, you have Santonio Holmes coming back from an injury, and Moss. I don't even think he was coming back or not, but you're gonna need some help with the wide receivers when it comes in the draft. Tight ends, you got Finley and you got Keller, who's now in a Miami Dolphin. They didn't have great seasons last year, but give or take, I think they're gonna do well next year. We'll see. As of kickers, you have Nugent, Connor, you're pretty decent kickers, so you should pretty do well. I would honestly say you need a lot of help right now with your team. You only have five picks in the draft. I'd advise you with them three quarterbacks to try to pull off a trade. Try to use them as some type of bait or something. You never know what you could get out of things. Because, if you don't make any moves, you probably going to have another season like you had last year. Just a little bit of advice. All right, next team. Team Toka. Quarterbacks is Andy Dalton, Aaron Rodgers. The position is pretty strong there, man. Running backs is DeMarco Murray, Shane Vernon, and you're gonna probably need some help because Steven Jackson and Fred Jackson, they granted he's with the Falcons now, but he's still considered a backup. So and Fred Jackson's a backup with the Bills. So you may need to grab up on another running back. Just a little advice. All right, wide receivers. Besides Wallace, you may need help in the draft, man. So you need to focus on wide receivers for that. Just as tight ends, you have Graham, and as they say, he's a stud on the Saints. And the thing, you have Daniels, and he's a good backup. Your kickers, they're definitely keepers, so you should definitely think. You have the second pick, Toka, but I advise you should be a little aggressive with making trades and taking chances because that's the only way you have a chance of winning. You need to let somebody go. You never know, that one trade can help you. So it's a bit of advice. And fifth team I'm gonna do is masturbation. You have young talented quarterbacks in Flacco and Luck. We'll see how they do this year in 2013. As in the running backs, need I say more? Peterson, Foster. What can I say? You can't do any more better, but just make sure you can work on that depth in the free agency and the draft. For wide receivers, you have a bunch of injury-prone wide receivers. You know what I mean? So, Bolden, Jennings, Nix, Wayne, those players always get injured. Jennings is with the Vikings right now. So I advise you to focus in the draft definitely on that. As in tight ends, you have a pretty good squad in Gates and Hernandez. You may have to worry about injuries there also, but you never know. They had pretty good seasons last year. Your kickers are pretty good. You should definitely, at all teams, you should definitely be a top 4 team, man. So I can see you definitely in the playoffs. I was just surprised you got bumped out in the first round like that. So just letting you know. All right, so this is the first half to the video. Just want to let you know I'm gonna do the second half in a couple minutes. I just don't want to get cut off by YouTube. That's why I'm not trying to make the videos too long. Again, I'm gonna put the polls out so we can all plan out how we're gonna do this draft things. The first time I did an offline draft in a bar, so I've done an offline draft, but just not in a bar. So this is gonna be pretty fun. So hopefully y'all into this league thing. Like I'm telling y'all, check out the league. I really like it. So stay tuned to the second video. All right.